So, okay. Okay. Should we start? Yes, we shall start. We will start soon. Yes. Hello. Yay. Yay. Okay. So, yeah, I know I said 5 minutes, but you know, nothing takes 5 minutes. No. But at least 8 minutes then. So, you're going to select, let's say, 3 websites. If you actually want to compare how well they are doing, you should select 3 websites that are equal to each other. But I think for this purpose it could be good if you select 3 different types of websites, just to get a overall knowledge on how different websites perform and what is actually behind them. So we're going to do it like this. So I'll show you 3 tools we're going to use. So I'll start with this. This is the assignment. So let's analyze that. I do that using inspect, and it's easiest to do this in Google Chrome. Because yes, it is. So let's do it on the network part, and I just do a reload here. The things we want to measure is at the bottom here. So we want to measure how many requests, and just put these data into some Excel sheet or so. So how many requests were made to actually put this website up? So it says like 23 something. Oops. There. How many bytes was transferred? What are the resources? Let's do a shift control reload instead there. So I just want to see, yes, you know this shift control reload? No, it's nothing in the cache. Yes. If I just do a reload, the web browser would go to get data from the cache. But on this particular page, everything was reloaded. So shift command reload should avoid the cache. Okay. Still, requests, how much is transferred, how much are all the resources, the finish time, so how much did it take to load the page. And we can also sort of pinpoint this, DOM content loaded. So it's time to load all the content that is needed to actually render the page. All DOM materials needed. And this is also a JavaScript event on load. All the resources are loaded. So we do that. If we take, if we would, so we got some measurements there. We need to put it in context. So how long would it take to load that page? Really? 109, 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds. We can look at this sort of waterfall method. Well, waterfall, what are the actual resources that took a lot of time? So I got that one took a lot of sort of time to actually see that it was a 404, so it didn't find it, but still it sort of was measured with the whole request. So I think I could, it was more or less, it gives a lot of sort of time. Maybe at least particular, maybe I shouldn't sort of measure this here because it's in the 404. It does not affect the rendering of the page, so it works anyway. But let's make it easy to measure all those there. Let's see how it looks at when we do this at the schools page. So I do a reload of it. I get this 304 stuff, so a few things is reloaded from the cache. So when I do this, I should do a shift command reload instead. So everything is loaded from the server. I'm not using the browser cache. Maybe if you are going to be sort of performance analyzers, maybe you should do a test case where you do a shift control reload to get all the resources, and then you do a reload and to see how much is actually got from the server and how much is actually stored on the client. So both those test cases would be valid to actually get a good view of how is my website doing. So we got 38 requests. 1.3 megabyte was transferred. It took 11 seconds here. Okay, so 3:11. Okay, that sounds like a big difference, but we actually need to analyze it if we want to know what was the resources that took so much time. What was the resources? Is there any large resources? No, maybe. Well, a quarter of a megabyte. Yeah, that is a JPEG file. Is that large? Yeah, we really don't know until we compare it with other images. How large should an image be? But image resources here, these are, well, more than half the page here is related to 3 images. Should it be like that? Maybe. Okay. So we could also do it on this Kristianstadsbladet, so newspaper here. So let's do that was a lot of stuff. Let's do a shift command reload for once and just see how, okay, 200, 250, 300 requests, yes, 300 requests. And more to come. And there we go. So 16 seconds or so. Is that much or little? Yes, it's just
The ads that are coming later or what?
Ads, or they delay loading of images, delay loading of videos. You know, they're above the fold. Above the fold, the part that is visible to us, that is maybe the part that we actually want to see user experience wise. So that is maybe all the stuff that is loaded now and coming at the bottom, we really don't care because we will eventually scroll down, and if it's just there when I'm looking, I don't mind. So it doesn't need to be an issue that, okay, so it will just move on here, but it took like 20 seconds to load it more or less at the first time. Is it a problem? Maybe not. Still, we do these measurements just to get a view on how it works. So use this tool and you can just find your websites and do these measurements, and I hope you get sort of a rough feeling on how many files is it. And then you may be, okay, let's look, what are the files that are actually so large? Should I do anything with them? Okay, so this is one tool. Okay. Then we can move on to page speed, and it's an easy tool to use just to get a rough overview of it. So I did an analyze on the Google page, and I think that should be pretty one, just a search page. So, and this will show me the mobile sort of benchmark, and it has a desktop benchmark. So it will analyze the website if it were going to be used on a mobile or if it's going to be used on a desktop, and it obviously has different set of rules. What should they look? Well, how should we sort of measure it? So we get the google.com. Yes, it's a lot of green and it's a small one. Let's see how we do it with https hkr.sc perhaps. Let's analyze that. It's a site we know. So this analyze tool, it actually sort of, it acts like a browser, downloads the first page, measure it, and then downloads all the other resources, measure each download, analyze each part on how it can be improved. So it's a very good tool for me as a developer to sort of check, did my website look performant enough? Well, usually it doesn't. So here we got the mobile part of HKR. So we got a 53. Is that good or bad? We don't know. We need to compare it with other sites, so get a feeling for it. Let's see what it says for the computer part. 76. Here is some yellow parts. First redraw of content, indexed. First CPU activity. Okay, we can get some more knowledge on what are these trying to tell me. Okay, and here are some improvement suggestions. Send images in modern file format. Oh, okay, yes, maybe I focus on the images. So here we got some JPEG image, could be enhanced with 70 kilobyte. We're trying for small stuff, but if we apply this to all the images on a website, it may turn out to be very good then. So, okay. So this is mainly performant, and it provides us with a bit, and when we're actually using this on a real web server, we could also get, they give us a link and explain how we should sort of deal with the issue later on. So it's good reading resources behind the tool. But we only spend a few hours here, so we're just going to give a brief overview of how it works. So there we go. And if we're going to, let's say, the third part, it's a tool called Lighthouse, and it is an extension of PageSpeed. So it does what PageSpeed does, the first part, but it also measures more things on the website. So let's see how that works, and it's Google thing, so it's built in here, so we can do an audit of the site, and I'm going to do it for desktop. Let's just stick with all there. Simulate. No, I will not simulate the sort of networking in a way. So I just want to run the audit. So the first part of this audit will contain more or less the same things we saw on PageSpeed. So when you are using these tools, you don't sort of need to rewrite the performance here. You can use either this Lighthouse or the PageSpeed to do the first part. So yes, we got the performance part. What do we get more here? Accessibility. You know about accessibility? Sort of text to speech or these things. We can see what type of audits we passed. Area attributes. So this will also give us good insights in how is actually a good web page, HTML created. What should I stick in there? Very good learning tool. It is. Access key. Okay. So alt text. Yes. Okay. Just move on. They have best practices. Okay. So they have some type of best practices, and HKR passed at least 12 audits, failed on 3. Use HTTPS. Yes, you should always use HTTPS for now on because it's free to get a certificate. Page has HTML doc type. Okay, yeah, I usually do that. And the last one, search engine optimization. So yeah, it depends on what type of website I'm doing. But is search engine optimization a part of performance? Maybe, but maybe not. But still, it's very important to do it right. And our customers would like us to have good SEO. So we measure that also. And it will also then, if we would really want to know how a really good website should look in SEO perspective, we could see what type of audits we passed and failed. Okay. So, try to do it. The task assignment is to find free websites, use these tools, do audit on them, measure stuff, and eventually write some 15 sentences just to summarize what you did find. Maybe you found, oh, it was images that was the problem. That is my recommendation to my customer. So, okay? Yes. So, feel free to work with it. After lunch, we have another room. So after lunch, it only says project help, but it could be good if you stick around and do this work. I'm sure you could be done by the end of the day. So I'll stay here now, and I'll stay here after lunch also then. And then we go.